Hello everyone. I hope you get on well with your worksheets and you're getting through that work okay. We're just going to have a look at a plenary together again. And this time we've got, can you think of the heading, what the heading could be for these two groups, okay? So again, we've got some shapes that have been grouped for us already. On the left, we've got a triangular prism and a cuboid. And on the right, we've got a cube and a square-based pyramid. So what we need to do when we're thinking of these sort of questions is look at the shapes that have been grouped together and see if we can see, have they got any properties that those shapes share that are not shared by the other shapes, okay, in the right-hand group. So let's have a look at triangular prism and cuboid. What do they have in common that the cube and the square-based pyramid don't have? All right. So have a good look at them. Look at how they're made up. What are their properties? What do their faces look like? How many edges have they got? What are the vertices like? How many of them are there? And then look at the ones on the right and see if there's anything that's shared by the ones on the left that's not shared by the ones on the right. Okay, I'll give you a second to think about that. And now I will give you a clue, okay? So here's your clue. Okay, squares and rectangles. Now, what could that mean as a clue? Squares and rectangles. Okay, it's talking about, thinking about how they group together. Have a look at the faces on the 3D shapes on the left. Triangular prism and the cuboid. And we've got squares and rectangles. But do they have squares or rectangles on their faces? Okay, so I can see straight away that the cuboid does have rectangles on its faces, okay? Its faces are made up of all rectangles, in fact. Then the triangular prism also has rectangles that make up its faces, okay? It's got two triangular faces, but it's also got three rectangular faces. All right, let's have a look at the shapes on the right. Is there any rectangles in a cube? No, cubes are just made up of squares, okay? All of the faces of a cube are square. Now, does a square-based pyramid have any rectangles? No, it doesn't, okay? So that's a property that's shared by the triangular prism and the cuboid that is not shared by the cube and the square-based pyramid, okay? They're the only ones out of those shapes that have rectangular faces on them that make up their surface. All right, and we can look at the ones on the right, and our other clue was squares, where we can see that our cube's made up of all squares, isn't it? And then our square-based pyramid, like we said before, has got a square base, so it has one square face as well. All right, so our headings for these two particular groups could be has rectangular faces and has square faces, okay? Now, we could also say that one of our headings is going to be has rectangular faces and the other one could be doesn't have rectangular faces for our cube and square-based pyramid, okay? Similarly, we could have has square faces and doesn't have square faces. Okay, so we could have square faces over the cube and the square-based pyramid and doesn't have square faces on the triangular prism and the cuboid grouping. Okay. All right, so hopefully all your maths is making sense to you and going well, and I hope you have a good day and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, cheers, bye-bye.